A quick hello to these two hockey luminaries, Daryl Romold from CTV and Al Dumba from Pats fame. Hi, guys.
How you doing, Rod?
Very well, thank you. If you can put your headphones on, both of you.
Sorry?
No problem. We're going to go out to Scottsdale right now. Jeff Ulmer joins us of the Arizona Coyotes. He is the skills coach of the Yotes. He's a proud Wilcox lad, and I see his dad quite regularly. Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Morning, guys. I'm doing well. Thank you.
All right. Good to hear from you, Jeff. Hey, let's jump right into it if you don't mind. Before we talk about your role with the Coyotes, big game tonight with the LA Kings in town. What's the mood of the fellas going into that one?
Well, they got home late, so I won't know the mood of them. But tough loss last night, obviously, and every point is big. So we're going up against a team that every team has something to prove. So LA's always got some stars in the lineup like Kopitar that logs a lot of minutes. So it's going to be a tough one again and back to back for us. So we're hoping for a much better effort tonight.
These guys jump in anytime. By the way, they're good friends of your dad, too. You certainly know Al Dumba. But the Coyotes, yeah, Jeff, what's it like I haven't been down in Arizona this winter yet, but I look at the record, and what I hear is they're going nuts. And you've been with the club now a few years. What's it like?
Yeah, the energy's been great. We have obviously a few key additions like Taylor Hall help with the fan base, but it's been great. The energy in the building. We've had a lot more fans even this year than last year. My first season here with the Coyotes was last season, so it's been a lot of fun. And my role, as these games ramp up, it gets a little bit more important to be on your toes and be ready for whatever they ask you. So it's been great. Hopefully, I think we're currently in the wild card, but hoping to climb up a little bit in the Pacific standings.
Jeff, are you working out just as much as you always did when you played, or the shirt's getting tighter in Arizona? It looks like you got some guns.
Your shirt
there.
shrunk.
What's going on over there?
Yeah, no, when I can, but it's a lot different to when you're a player for sure. But no, I try and keep at it a little bit because I have to be on the ice and be shooting on these goalies and getting them ready. So I have to kind of be in shape also for that. So just try and do my best. Oh, thanks.
I'd imagine with two young daughters starting to get active around the house, that keeps you out of trouble too.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm busier there than here, I think, and I'm pretty busy here. So but that's always fun and exciting, and it's always a treat when they get to come to a game and they get to talk about it for a while after. So it's been busy, but it's been a lot of fun.
Jeff, when you joined the Coyotes as the skills coach, I remember seeing it on LinkedIn a couple of years ago, and it seemed to me like a new position in the National Hockey League, or I may be completely out to lunch. Can you talk about what you're doing, and is every team doing that?
Yeah, I think my role's kind of evolved. Last year, I was hired as the skills coach, and it has been a lot of on ice stuff, but also it's working more so with the coaches this season, and being somebody they kind of have do things during the game for them that they may not be getting from the NHL stats. So it's as could be as far ranging as our opportunities and what we could have done differently with our shot attempts. Also, I do the face-off pre-scouts for us and looking at the other team centers and helping out with the goalies. And a big part of my role is skating the injured players and getting them back healthy. And that's something that I take pride in and like to do here is work with those guys, and based on their injuries, what can we do so that I can get them with our three coaches as fast as they can and integrate it into our practices. So that's something that's been a huge part of my role last year with all of our injuries, and this year even getting these guys back healthy and getting to work with them one-on-one, or if it's two or three guys that are injured at the same time, kind of getting them back up to game speed and practice speed. And something I'm looking forward to. Even this morning, Barrett Hayton, as you saw with the national junior team there, we're working on getting him back into the lineup. So it's just exciting to be able to jump on the ice with these guys and hopefully get them back up to speed.
I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I saw an article that said John Chaika, the GM of the Coyotes, has been the most active general manager with transactions the last 3 years. If he's not the most active. He's up there. And the biggest, I think, for me is Phil Kessel, big name-wise anyways. Tell us something about Phil and what the season he's having and what he's been like to work with.
Phil, as you know, he's a real goal scorer, and I think that was a great move by John. It really upped the excitement of the fan base here and got a big name into the fold. And I think the ticket sales went through the roof once that deal was made. So I think he has a good handle on how to work an organization, how to bring players into the fold that fit in. And Phil started out a little bit slow, but the chances with my job and part of it being able to see all the chances and the shots and the creation that he does for his line mates also, that was a thing that you kind of see it coming. You see him turning the corner and getting more opportunities, and when he gets those opportunities, he'll be able to score. So obviously he's a big part of the next 30 games or so for us to get into the playoffs. And he's a laid back guy, doesn't say much, but he's always there. He hasn't missed a game, and I think it's 800 and whatever, 900 or almost thereabouts. And he's a gamer. He loves. He's always there for practice, working hard, and you can tell he really wants to make a difference, and he has with our younger players also.
Jeff, how hard is it to balance the amount of data that you collect now in the National Hockey League with just going out and playing the game the way you, I, Dal, everybody did growing up?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. There's the eye test and the analytics, and that's it's important to have a little bit of both. And we have some guys here that do a great job of getting those numbers to the coaching staff and some usable things that we can use to help those players. But at the same time, it's older school coaches and some of the guys in the organization with a lot of experience rely on that eye test, so it can be a bridge between both. And sometimes that's another part of what I can do is take that sheet of paper that may have the analytics and how does that match up with what we can use and in turn what can I do maybe to help a guy, whether it's get a few steps closer when he shoots or get to these parts of the ice to get those shot opportunities to match up with that data, and how can we improve our team. So it's everything's you take all the info and you do with it what you can, and hopefully at the end of the day you improve as an organization.
Well, Jeff, I believe that your hockey team is one that a lot of people in Western Canada, when we're not cheering for our Canadian teams, are hoping you do make the playoffs and move forward. And there'll be a few guys like myself might even be around in playoff time, which down south. So I look forward to seeing some games. What do you think your team really has to do, though? I know stay healthy is one of them, but is there anything in particular that you have to do better to make sure you get into the playoffs?
You can always improve on the special teams, Al. I think, as you know from all your experience, that's a big part of the game. And I think even a game like last night where we could have really used that one power play goal to kind of get back in that game or get one more, get ahead maybe. But health is obviously a big thing with our all-star there, Darcy Kemper. We could use a shot in the arm from him, and hopefully he's back sooner rather than later. But special teams are big, and just I think once we get these guys back healthy and everybody rolling in the right direction, we have the defensive structure to do it with our 6D and our goaltending and obviously our scores. Some of them, I think we're looking for them to get hot and get a few goals here down the stretch, and hopefully that's a good recipe for the playoffs.
Hey, Jeff, I'm heading down next month to Vegas to catch a couple of games. The Blues and the Capitals are there. And when the Golden Knights came in, I just envisioned this, just like an unreal rivalry between the Coyotes and the Golden Knights. And it hasn't happened yet here through 3 years. But that must be something you guys talk about. Because if you could ever get it going, and maybe it already has, I don't know, like that would be one of the best rivalries in the NHL, I would think, in the American Southwest.
Yeah, own the desert, I think they call it when we match up with them. So I sure hope so. I think our growing fan base would love that. I know Vegas is they've done a good job of kind of integrating themselves into the league and becoming a spot that people want to go to. I think that could happen here and will happen here with just the attraction of it being such a great place to live, and with John and the organization, the upper management adding these top quality players is only going to help our fan base and grow the interest. And hopefully continue to sell out some games here. And I really do hope that becomes a big rivalry, and it really should with the two good teams and with how tight the Pacific is. And as we get physical here in the last 30 games and things kind of get more towards playoff hockey, I hope that comes out also.
Well, it starts tonight against LA at Todd McClellan's Kings. Good luck, Jeff. I appreciate the time. Glad we could finally hook up.
Yeah, it was great, Roddy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.